What up, YouTube? Today, we're going to discuss a real serious problem that's going on with our water situation. Yo, forget all that water situation, man. Yo, man, I got something to say, man. I just went to McDonald's, man, and they tried to charge me $15. $15? Yeah, $15 for a Big Mac. How they know I got a raise, man? Go right ahead. I mean, how they know I got a raise? My bad. How they know? Tell me. You just got a raise? Yeah, I just got a raise. Tell me something. What's going on? One moment, YouTube. Let me explain to y'all what just happened. $15. We'll be right back. Yeah, be right back. What up, y'all? It's your guy, Chef Vinny, and welcome to the Kitchen Clothes Podcast on YouTube. Now, you ever wonder why, like, your favorite meal is getting more expensive, or your favorite burger is more expensive than it usually was? And minimum wage, and we're going to talk about how minimum wage can hack up the prices of food, since people are getting minimum wage now. And it's 2024 and it's the new year. I did an episode on New Year, new laws. So check this out, y'all.
The minimum wage is taking a big jump to $20 an hour for fast food workers employed by big chains here in California. Good evening and thank you.
Now, this is not just in California, but this is worldwide, especially the United States. A bunch of people got raises, and minimum wage has risen today. In 2024, it's 10 days later after the New Year's, and now we're seeing how minimum wage are going to affect the food prices and how much you pay for food now. Because just like my man said, McDonald's is McDonald's is about to have a $15 Big Mac, just the Big Mac, not the meal, just for the sandwich. So listen to this.
For joining us, I'm Carlo Cicchetto. Marcella Lee is off tonight.
I'm Jesse Pagan. While supporters say the move is a long time coming, others say this new law could end up hurting many of the workers it's intended to help. CBS 8's Richard Allen digs into this from both sides.
Now, it is helping many of the people, but who is it hurting? It's going to hurt the consumer, because now we're going to have to dish out more money because everybody else has gotten a raise, and most places do that, especially restaurants and fast food places. If you have to pay your employees more money, so you're gonna hike up the prices of your menu. That's obvious. I'm in the restaurant business. I know this. So.
And this major boost to fast food workers' minimum wage here in California is set to take effect in April. But already some fast food chains like Pizza Hut are responding by cutting jobs.
Like they said, most people got their minimum wage first of the year, first day. But in April, a lot of places plan to fully go through by raising it to $20 or more, or even more money than most states are doing right now. So that's a good thing. But expect to pay more for food, especially these big time restaurants. So check this out.
So it's more like, really, after I leave, they decide to do this?
San Diegan Noah Davidson Mendiola recently quit his job as a shift worker at McDonald's. He's in full support of this move to raise fast food workers' minimum hourly wage to $20 an hour.
I'm both happy, because the fast food workers really don't get paid enough to deal with a lot of the situations, but it's also like, come on, you should have done this a long time ago.
And while this pay hike applies to fast food businesses with more than 60 locations nationwide, some analysts believe it will spur other businesses to follow suit.
Yeah, so once you see everybody starting getting paid, and you're going to see people probably leaving that job to go to this job, because this job pays more, so more employers and more businesses are going to increase employment pay, so they can stay, because you got good workers, and you don't want to lose a good worker over not paying them enough. So yeah, Rick, a lot of places it's going to be a competition as of people looking for jobs. Well, who pay more? We do the same thing. If Burger King and McDonald's paying more than Burger King, I'm going to McDonald's. So everybody will probably get equal after that.
Everyone else has to match, right? Because if you can work at McDonald's or Starbucks for $20 an hour, why would you stay at the kitchen at Olive Garden or even at Walmart?
My point exactly. Walmart did do a raise in 2022, late 2023, but that was like $14. So Walmart and other places might even increase it, even though they just did one a year and a half ago or a year ago.
But not everyone sees this particular move targeting fast food chains as the right one.
I wouldn't say I'm particularly in favor of it, but I understand at the same time that a lot of these people just can't afford to live here.
Now let's set it down. This guy, if you could see him, he's obviously somebody who is financially probably good and really eat fast food like that and really shouldn't get paid more. But if you could see this guy, you would tell he's not with the program with other people getting more money. Cost of living is going up everywhere.
Young is a retired small business owner. He believes more needs to be done to stabilize the overall economy and not just this particular sector of the labor pool.
It's a Band-Aid. I mean, when is it going to stop? I mean, is next year they're going to raise it to $25 an hour?
He also points out that this mandatory pay increase will force some businesses to cut jobs to maintain their bottom line.
Yeah, like I said, when you get raises in some places, they'll cut your hours, definitely, just so it could balance out. And to the employer, it's not really like you getting a raise because you're not here getting those 40 plus hours like you used to when you didn't have a raise. So now they'll give you 25 to 30, so you won't reach that 40 plus, and they'll just bring in somebody else. And the hours would shift where 1 week you was working 40 to 42 hours, and then now you got the raise, and now you working like 20, 25 hours, and they're hiring more people to balance out. So it's weird how it is, but it is how it is. That's why you should always try to find a path where you could be your own boss, you know.
Case in point, Pizza Hut, which has announced it will lay off more than 1,200 delivery drivers at hundreds of franchises across the state before this new law takes effect.
So, like I said in the New Year, new laws, Pizza Hut will no longer have delivery drivers. And Pizza Hut knew they was about to have to give people raises. So what they did, they got rid of the delivery drivers, because now we got Doordash, Uber Eats, and anyway, a third party can come bring your pizza now. So it's kind of foul, but it's kind of trying to keep money in the big corporations' pocket, basically.
Its parent company recently told Business Insider our franchisees independently own and operate their restaurants in accordance with local market dynamics and comply with all federal, state, and local regulations, while continuing to provide quality service and food to our customers via carryout and delivery.
And for more information on this and other new laws that are taking effect here in California in 2024, just go to cbsa.com.
I don't think that's just California that's going through this problem, or will be going through this problem. It's going to be plenty of people going through this. Whoever got raises and the minimum wage rose or went up in your state, you're definitely going to see a change in your hours and food costs and customers. Y'all going to see a lot of price hacking going up just because I have to pay him what the state tells me to pay him now, so I have to raise my prices too for the consumer. So the consumer is really the ones who's suffering, but it's a good thing for the employees because they can help with their bills and get things out the way, you know. It's a win, lose situation. It depends on which side you playing, but here's some more. Just check this out.
Thank you. A minimum wage increase set to go into effect January 1st. That's all across the state of California. Let's get to NBC4's Bailey Miller. She's live in.
Most of these articles is about California, but this is going to happen worldwide. I mean, this is statewide, worldwide, all over. With minimum wage increase, food will increase. Trust me.
Atwater Village to break it down for us, Bailey.
Hey, good afternoon. So this is very welcome news for many employees across the state of California who will see that wage increase on their paychecks starting on January 1st. But we also know there's a flip side to this. We spoke with economists about this who say this is going to directly impact consumers.
What did I say? It's going to impact consumers because I have to pay him $20 an hour now, and I used to pay him $15 or whatever. But now I have deductions coming out of my payroll because I have to pay my people. So now what I'm going to have to do is put a little extra $1 or $2 on my menu items or my store items. So the customer will suffer, but if the customer worked at a fast food restaurant, he got a raise, so he should be good.
And how much we pay for our goods, but also it could negatively impact employees who could get their hours cut.
Like I said,
soon employees across the state of California will see a minimum wage increase by 50 cents.
50 cents is not a lot, but by April, like I said, April they supposed to go all the way up to 20 in fast food. And a lot of places, like, if you don't work in fast food, like, well, why fast food the only place getting a raise? Minimum wage will be raised in all different areas of employment in every state. If you work for a mom and pop, it might be different for them, but they still have to follow the law. And the federal law for minimum wage is $7.25, and that don't make no sense.
Rounding out at $16. Here in the city of Los Angeles, the minimum wage requirement is already at $16.78, thanks to ordinances put into place to allow that increased minimum wage.
I feel like it's going to help a little bit more morale, especially like within how all the troubled times that's going on.
See, they got people who pushing it, who pushing for minimum wage for people because back in the days, remember them nickel days, everybody was like, this was a nickel, this was good. Well, things change now. Things cost more. Things that was a nickel is like $5 and $7, $8 now. It's not your olden days no more. So times change, and minimum wage should change just the same. But there's certain places, good people who pay people more than minimum wage and pay them what they worth. So that's a good thing, that people do pay you what you worth.
And other small business employees are thrilled about the changes across the state.
I already paid the minimum. I paid more the minimum now.
Pablo Cruz Castillo is a chef at the new restaurant called Spina in Atwater Village. The owner here starting wages at $17, higher than the Los Angeles minimum wage.
See, like I said, places will pay you more than what minimum wage is. Like, spot I worked at, I get paid real good. So, hey, it all depends on where you work at and the management and the employer, how they feel about giving money to people they rely on, need. Because people, they need their workers, so you want to pay the good workers. So most places do pay more than minimum wage.
As a way to pull in good employees, and Castillo is thankful for an employer taking care of that extra cost.
The restaurant pay you more, it's more money, so it's you stay more longer.
On the other side, financial advisors say the minimum wage increase may negatively impact employees as they may receive less hours. Not only that, it's going to directly impact consumers.
It's not going to trickle down, it's going to immediately be represented on the price.
Yeah, everything's gonna go up. I mean, what you expect? Hey, I get paid more, so I figure I have to pay more for this. So, hey, how they know I got a raise? Everybody got a raise. That's why the cheeseburger $15, bro.
Of the goods.
But some shoppers are okay with that if it helps out the employees.
As a consumer, I feel like that continues to happen regardless, especially here. So if some of that can be put towards helping the minimum wage get a little higher, then I'm totally okay with that.
It's going to go up regardless if you didn't give them a raise or not. People going to hack up prices regardless. So good thing people are getting minimum wage. You know what I'm saying?
Now, that minimum wage increase won't be the only increase we see this upcoming year. Starting on April 1st, fast food employees will be paid $20 an hour.
Now, see, just like I said, and I appreciate my news that they come through all the time. But yeah, basically, you want to help the economy. You want to help people get out of the whatever bad shape they in or whatever, because everybody's not doing good and everybody don't get paid the same. But being that minimum wage went up for people who work hard in these fast food restaurants, deal with a lot of BS with people, they should be compensated, you know what I mean? Because real life, Mickey D's gonna charge you whatever you want and y'all still gonna eat that crap anyway. So be wise, and the impact it's gonna help the employee, but it's gonna impact on the customer and the consumer. But minimum wage went up, so if you're a consumer or a customer, you should have got a raise yourself. But you know, you got to look out for the small guy, and this is what America is all about. We can't have wages versus food, because somebody has to prepare that food, and I would want somebody who's being compensated, comfortable, enjoy their job, and know they're getting paid for what they do to fix my food. I don't want nobody mad at their job fixing my food because the owner ain't paying me right. Man, all mad fixing your food and whatnot. Excuse me. But you know, that's crazy. This is more like just about money, fair wages, you know, being affordable to get food, and it's gonna help the future of people who's struggling and less off. And this is a good thing. If you're a consumer, hey, you know, everything goes up. You can't complain when gas go up. You still got to go to work. You still got to get to A to B and stuff like that. You want to eat, you're going to have to pay a little extra to eat now, because times are changing and things are changing. And one thing we need to do is look out for somebody who's less fortunate than you. Should always look out and fight for the person that's not doing as well, because we're here to take care of each other and look out for each other. And minimum wage, I don't think it's going to be wages versus food, the customer versus the employee. You know, food prices will increase regardless if people get minimum wage or if they had or gotten minimum wage. But this is this guy, Chef Vinny, with the Kitchen Clothes Podcast. And check out this episode I got coming up right after this about, yo, man, we drinking and eating plastic, man, and they been knew this. But tune in for this next episode. What? We eating plastic? Yeah, just came out today. So check this out. This your guy, Chef Vinny, and this is the Kitchen Clothes Podcast. And I appreciate all y'all coming through. And I love to see my subscribers is growing, and I'm just here to bring more content to y'all and everything. And this your guy, Chef Vinny, with the Kitchen Clothes Podcast. And you know how I end this joint. Peace, I'm out. Go check out the next one.